Hey everybody, it's Mike Frieder here with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I'm back with another compliance tip of the week. Today we're talking about DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC Control MA.L2-3.7.6. Supervise the maintenance activities of maintenance personnel without required access authorization. Now, before you hand over your server room keys to that guy from the copier repair company wearing flip-flops and a Bluetooth headset, let's pump the brakes. Because if someone doesn't have the proper access authorization and you're letting them tinker with your systems unsupervised, well, I hope your incident response plan includes why do we do that? Because with Control MA.L2-3.7.6, supervise the maintenance activities of maintenance personnel without required access authorization, that kind of thing's not allowed. Let's break it down and talk about how to solve this control, how to document it, and how to keep auditors and your critical systems happy campers. So, here's the full control text. MA.L2-3.7.6, supervise the maintenance activities of maintenance personnel without required access authorization. Translation, if someone doesn't have the right clearance or permissions to touch your IT equipment, but they have to do maintenance anyway, you must supervise them the entire time. Here's another translation. If your janitors don't have the right clearance or permission to wander into ITAR restricted areas or CUI work areas, and you don't even know who your maintenance people are because they use random round robin chains of people to come clean your building, that's not okay. That's not okay. You got to stop that. You don't know who those people are. So think third-party vendor doing on-site work, temporary contractor, janitorial company that is sending people in at night when no one's around and you don't really know who they're sending, intern named Chad who knows a guy who used to work at Geek Squad. Ugh. If they don't have access authorization, they need to be watched like a hawk. What the auditor wants to see. You'll need to show that you identify when someone without access authorization is performing maintenance. If they're a visitor, no bueno, even if they're there to do work. You supervise them the entire time. You really need to escort them like a visitor. You document the activity and supervision. Assessment objective number 1, determine who has access authorization. Again, you got to have a list of people who are authorized. That's a requirement. Technical implementation, maintain a list of authorized personnel. Use badges, access control systems, or IT admin permissions to define who's approved. Set up a request approval system for vendors or non-authorized staff. Documentation that's needed, authorized personnel roster, visitor vendor access policy, request forms or emails for temporary access. And here's a pro tip. If the guy working on your switch asks, so what's a VLAN, he probably doesn't have the clearance. It definitely needs a babysitter. For sure, he should be escorted. Assessment objective number 2, supervise unauthorized maintenance personnel. If someone without access is doing work, you or your designated team must watch them the whole time. Now, again, if you're a manufacturer and you've got these big high-end Haas machines, whatever it is, 5-axis, blah, 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 here's the deal. I get it. You got to have people in there to maintain and keep that machine working all the time. You either have to screen them and grant them the access in a very official way, or they've got to be supervised and they've got to be escorted. That's the rules. And I know, I hear it from clients all the time, but Mike, we know these people, they're in and out of our building. That's not okay, dude. You're handling, controlled unclassified information that is critical to national security. Whether you realize that or not is not your call. You are going to have to escort these people, or they're going to have to get trained and become an authorized user if they've got to be unescorted. They've got to become an authorized user one way or another, and that's got to be documented. And if it's not, and you're in the middle of a CMMC certification, and you got rando guy coming in to, deal with the tool crib or deal with the vending machines, dude, good night, man. Fail city. All right, not cool. And again, if those guys are walking your manufacturing floor, or they're walking your office and you got paperwork out all over the place or whiteboards that have CUI on it and stuff like that, I promise it's not going to be a good day. You just got to do it. So, assessment objective number 2, supervise unauthorized maintenance personnel. If someone without access is doing work, you or your designated team must watch them the whole time. Sorry, those are the rules. I didn't make them up. But I definitely will tell you about them so that you don't fail. Technical implementation, designate a staff member as a supervisor. Use video monitoring if physical presence isn't possible, but really physical presence is needed. All right, you have to escort visitors. That's another control. Don't rely on cameras alone unless it's live monitored. Again, cameras are there to basically be the backup and satisfy the control for monitoring your facility. Document who supervised the work, when and where. And by the way, don't think this just applies to manufacturing companies. It doesn't. It applies to all companies. Documentation needed, maintenance supervision log. Who, when, what was done. Who is it that came into your system? And then you got to have an audit log on them. Supervisor name and signature, entry-exit records if they're on site. Again, you've got to know who's coming and leaving your building. Here's a bonus. If it's remote maintenance and they're untrusted, consider screen sharing tools that allow you to watch but not hand over the keys. Maybe you just need to tell them what to have you click on. Now, real-world slip-up we've seen. A defense contractor hired a third-party tech to do a quick swap on some hardware. Happens all the time, you guys. You bring the Dell guy in, no supervision, no authorization, no log. Guess what? That tech accessed a CUI handling system. No one realized it until the audit, and let's just say that wasn't a fun day for the compliance team, the legal team, or anybody, because they had to go submit a cyber incident report. Now, I get it, you guys, especially if you're running a lot of servers and you've got to have HP or Dell people come into your facility. Look, that's fine, but they've got to be managed, monitored. They've got to be escorted. You can't just let that person sit there. I don't care how many hours it takes. Now, how to nail MA.L2-3.7.6 like a compliance hero. 1, you track who is authorized on paper, okay, or a system that you can put a printout together very quickly, report, etc. What you need to show, list of authorized maintenance personnel. Next, you supervise all unauthorized maintenance. Logs or forms showing active supervision. You document supervision, maintenance records, supervisor name, timestamps, and you train your team. Again, you've got to have training documentation that discusses how you're going to deal with unsupervised maintenance personnel. Not unsupervised, everybody's got to be supervised, but how you're going to deal with unauthorized personnel who have to come in and fix things, or clean things for that matter. Internal policy and security awareness sessions. And yes, you should have an actual policy that spells this out, because when your assessor asks, what do you do when unauthorized people perform maintenance? The answer shouldn't be, we let them just go down the hall and take care of it. Please don't be that person. Here's how we can help. If you need maintenance supervision templates, a policy that makes sense to your techs and your auditors, a process that doesn't require a 400-page manual and a nightmare to sign into, we've got your back. Whether it's part of our virtual compliance officer program or a one-time engagement, we'll help you turn random vendor walk-ins and fixes stuff into a lockdown, logged, and compliance-approved process where everybody gets escorted and monitored, and you got the documentation to prove it. And we'll even teach your team. Because at OnCall, we take defense contractors just like you who've had this DFARS, NIST, CMMC, ITAR, and EAR compliance stuff dropped in their laps like a seagull on a sunny day. And we teach you how to level up and be a proper OnCall compliance hero for your company, eliminating gaps, clearing up gray areas, and showing you how to leverage compliance to land more contracts and increase your profit margins. That's the OnCall way, and that's how we make you into the compliance hero for your company. If you need help with supervision, policies, forms, or figuring out who's authorized to access what, I got your back. We're always here for you. Visit CMMCComplianceSecrets.com or hit the links in the description below. If you like this video, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and tell us in the comments what's the sketchiest maintenance story you've seen in your company. And I promise you this, if I see you guys comment that, I'll come tell you some of ours, and they're pretty epic. Until next time, my friends, stay safe and secure out there, always know who's in your server room, and I'll see you on the next one.